Hey.
Hey, Yama, g'day. It's Saturday. How you going, everyone? Hang on, I'll just find us. Where are we? Here we are. Hey, how's going? Yeah, it's Saturday again, and it's been a hard, arduous week, but we survived, and here we are. G'day, Jules. How you going? Thanks for joining us.
G'day.
How's
Glad
your
to be
week?
here. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Jules is just part of the show now. And we got brother Donny. How you going, my brother?
Yeah, mate, everyone. Hey. Yeah. I'm still alive. I'm still vertical. That's the best part.
Yeah, we made it. So
That is the good part. Same here.
Don't know about you out there, but we've all had a hard week. And for those of us that had a hard week, like I said, we survived. We're here, and today we're going to laugh and look at some interesting things. Okay. So we're just going to sit back and enjoy the fire for a while, because there are some more of us coming. And no one's in a hurry today. I hope you're not in a hurry, and if you are, slow down. Because all my week, that view that you had of nature, I had a different view, and I soaked in the slowness and the nature. That was really nice. What was I going to do? Put up the fire. That's right. We want a fire. We need a fire. Here we go. Oh,
Fires are always nice.
yeah. Here we go. Sound and all. Hang on. That's better. Yeah, so everyone sit back, enjoy the fire. We've got some really interesting things to look at. Today is the Mayan stone etchings, I'll call them. And we have some just interesting things, a couple of interesting things that I found along the way. I've got something in my mouth since I got back from the desert. There must be dryness.
I'd say you have cotton mouth.
It must be dryness, man. I'm glad I took my aloe vera, that's all I can say. Where are we? Hang on. Oh, crack. Did you hear that crackle of the fire? Oh, it sounds like we're at Donny's house. We got... I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh,
Crackling fires are some of the best kind.
I reckon they talk to you, hey? Okay. So, yeah, like we said, we're not in a hurry this week. We'll all just look at that beautiful fire. We got Joe and Polly. G'day, Polly. G'day, Joe. G'day, Ken. How you doing, my brother? Do a bit of a shout out to my sister Ursula. Shout out to Wookie, who I haven't spoken to for ages. Sorry, I've been living and having fun. A lot to catch up on. And Connie, if you're out there. Anyone else that I forgot? Love you.
What about Jocelyn?
Oh, I said Joe first. I said Joe first. Anyway.
Yeah, Jocelyn.
Yeah, everyone. Welcome. I haven't been on for a while. I try to be more regular, but you know, I keep saying I'm a lazy YouTuber.
Sorry, I'm a juvenile. You say try to be more regular, and I'm thinking, are you?
I know. Do not light that light up. I'm just looking at the fire. Polly's going to join us a bit later when he's ready. And please do, I've put the link in the chat room there. When we get to look at these things, if you've got something to say, jump in. We'd like to hear what you've got to say. Many eyes, many, you know, better, more eyes, better. Brand flags. Yeah, I get it. Haha, that's funny. All right. So nothing serious today, but I will warn you, when we look at these etchings, some people may get a bit disturbed. So just as a warning on them, if you don't want to see them and they're too much for you, that's all right, come back at the end of the show when we're looking at other stuff. Yeah, because I've showed a few people at home and some of them had a bad reaction. So I'm just letting you know that. I don't want to offend anyone or anything. I just found them interesting. You know, yeah. So I wanted to share it with you, obviously. Don't think Donnie's seen them yet. Jules has had a peek at them. I showed a bit on her show, and everyone kind of went silent. So that's the kind of things we're looking at. It. Put on your safety gear and strap in and be ready, just in case something you see might shock you a little. But
Yeah.
Pardon, bro?
Yeah, put on your bash hat.
Yeah, that's it, eh? That's it.
Oh, buddy.
So we've got Raven Keeper. G'day, Raven. Thank you for coming, everyone. Oh, you see.
Is that a new barrier?
Huh? No. Oh, no, that's Jules's cat. Oh.
This is Rowan.
Yeah, huggles. What am I doing? Present a show and show you something. I'll tell you something. We'll start with something interesting. We're going to do things a different way around today because everyone's laid back and all cool. How about something real interesting? Right, Donnie, you would like this one. All right, we'll start off with this one. Hang on. Oh, no. All right, we'll start with something interesting. Tell me what you think, especially you, Donnie. Is it real? Is it bullshit? The guy's reaction and the fact that it's really short makes me look at it and go, oh, I think that was real. Hang on, I'm just going to share it now. Okay. Share this tab instead. Can I do that? Oh, yes, it worked. Okay.
What the hell is that? What the hell? What the hell did I see?
I'll play it one more time. I'll play it without him saying what he said. That was a pretty genuine reaction. Anybody? Okay, so what do you think of that?
Yeah, definitely look like a pretty man to me, that fella.
First.
You reckon that was real, Donnie, eh?
Yeah, she looked like the genuine article, that one this time.
Yeah, I thought so. And the guy's reaction and the fact that it was so quick and instant.
Yeah.
My thoughts kind of lean with you guys because how far away that boat was from the land, if you look and see something that big that far away, and then it wasn't, it had just the right stride, just the right pace, It wasn't like the one that we saw of their surveillance footage where the guy just walks and it's in the tree, and there's just something about that seems genuine to me.
He looked like the 8-footer, that fella too.
Yeah, he was a big fella, eh? Oh shit!
Big fella. Yeah. Just put it on again there, Luna.
All right, hang
Yeah.
on.
Roll
And
down your
pause
Do you want
it
sound?
when you can't go through the opening there.
All right then. Do you want sound or no sound?
No sound.
Okay, here we go. All right, so you can see him walking in the background there. See?
Now try to get to the close-up one.
Yeah,
Look how big he is from
Close-up.
that far away.
Yeah.
look, he's heading towards it. See, he wasn't even going there. Whoops, hang on.
There, up there.
Hang on. Sorry.
I think you'll find out that's not a male.
Yeah, I was going to say, see the way they're walking, the walk?
Yeah, where it's walking.
Yeah.
You look at Paddy. Paddy is actually walking the same way.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure that's not a male.
Because I was going to say that I was walking like an old lady, because as I'm getting old, I'm kind of understand that kind of walk. Anyways, here we go.
It's pretty old because it looks like the top of the head there's got greys. It could be photo, like light reflection, but see, around the face.
Yeah, I was going to say the colouring is light. It's like a light grey. Hey, normally you see like black or brown or even a red colour.
Yeah.
And I'd say
I don't think that was a male.
Oh, Polly's here. Hang on, my brother. Yama, Polly.
Hello.
Yama, brother.
Yama.
So.
Okay, I was just gonna ask if do you know how to play it back in slow motion?
No, you want to instruct me?
Yeah, I think you just the little cog wheel on the bottom right. I think you can like speed. Yeah, change the speed to like 0.5 or slower even.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we can watch it in slow motion.
All right. There is a 0.5. Do you want? Is
yeah,
that
that'd be half the speed.
I'm getting intimidated. You know
speed.
I know it's math. It's maths.
Yeah.
Don't do math this weekend.
All right. I think that's right. Oh, hang on, I'll run it back.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll run it back.
A bit further.
As she comes out, eh? Look at the head, yeah. You're right, the face is really light, like the head's really light. Oops.
Yeah.
I'd say yeah, look at the gait, see? Because when they walk, the old one, that one, looks like an old woman, look.
Yeah.
That's how I am in the morning. Oh, no.
Got the same gait as Paddy. If you have a look, it's got the same gait as Paddy.
Yeah, right. We'll just watch the whole thing, eh? Talking about it. So that was interesting, eh? Because look, just the way, look at the height, man.
That's what I'm saying. Look how far away that boat is, and look how tall it is compared to the tree trunk.
It's hard to say how far away the boat is if it's a GoPro.
Right, he's under.
How high the branches on them trees there? Especially you, Polly. How high are the branches before the branches start?
No, actually not that high. I mean, to me, that looks over 6 foot, but I mean, it doesn't look like monstrous.
But
it's hard to tell because I'm sure if I was standing next to that tree, let's put it this way, I would look a lot smaller than it. I mean, what I've noticed, because I've shot with a GoPro before, and what I've noticed is because the GoPro's lens is so small and it has such a wide angle, it can tend to make things look farther away than they really are. So that, I mean, for all we know, I mean, it looks like what, maybe 100 yards away, but it might only be like 20 or 30 yards away because we don't know what it was shot with. That looks like it's in Canada.
I hope they didn't shoot it with anything.
Well, I was going to say, if it was in the US, they probably would have taken a few shots at it.
All right, so yeah, I found that interesting. Wanted to share that with you. Thought it was interesting. We'll give that one a yes, I think. Yes, for the old lady.
Yeah, well, one part there, when she comes out of the bush, she actually looks straight at the boat. That's where you see the face.
Yeah, right. I'll try and stop it there. Why does it seem faster in slow motion than it did when I played it?
You know what's also kind of weird too is you think these things have like a very good sense of staying hidden, but this kind of seems like a dream shot. Like it just happens to walk out into the clearing as if it did it on purpose, maybe, or it just, like, you would think that it would be aware of the boat before it walked out into that clearing, right?
No,
maybe she's hearing impaired. I mean, I imagine
Bigfoot,
that
small
have like impairments.
So what's that tree on the right hand side there, Polly? Where she's walking to? That tree there.
It doesn't look like a pine tree of any kind. Doesn't look very old either.
The other one.
It's hard to tell. It's not very detailed. The tree that's definitely like behind her right now is definitely a pine tree of some sort.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not. It could be, because it does look. It appears to be like white barked, but it's hard to tell because that's a zoomed in shot, right? So
yeah.
See the width of the I can almost guarantee this was shot on some kind of GoPro.
Yeah, look at the width of the shoulder, body shoulders. They look. See a big trunk on the body and long legs.
Well, I mean, it had long arms and it walked like it has a simian kind of element to it.
See beefy legs. Look.
There's could be a possible scenario there where she let him see her.
That looks like hemlock trees, actually.
Yeah, she might have let her see it. She might have let him see her. Is to take what do you call it? She might have kids hidden in there, so he's looking at her, not looking at the kids.
That's right.
See? You know what I mean? She's trying to protect her family or kids.
Yeah, they all
Possibilities. That's why it came out.
Yeah, kind of like, hey, don't land here. Don't park your boat here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because see, she's swung forward there. Her face is forward. That's her other arm, and there's her arm there.
Yeah.
And of course, what do? They turn straight towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they walk a certain way. So there you go.
I don't know where the video was taken.
It looks like Canada.
No information there. Sorry.
I find that really unusual because out here the yowies seem to hang around big bodies of water.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's been a lot of sightings around Lake Keeper, which is But less than an hour's run from me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things happen around water, you know. Like
Yeah.
there's always water somewhere. When I was away in the desert, I got drawn to this place, and I couldn't go because of the restrictions. But my spirit went, and then when I got to a top point and had a look down, there was water and gum trees just like at home. No wonder I got drawn to it. It was a special place. But yeah, I always get drawn to water. I'll find it anywhere, under the ground, in the air, wherever it might be. Like food. Oh, Polly, there was something I couldn't wait to see you. Listen to this. So while we were away in the middle of Australia for 4 days, the moon was not quite full, but still basically full. And as we stayed there, it was getting full the last edge, right? And we were watching it, and it was all beautiful. At the end of our stay, we realised something really strange, that the moon never moved the whole time we were there. Day and night, it was still straight up in the sky.
Okay, that's weird.
That's what we thought. And I did say when we got to a certain point, I said to my husband, we just entered the twilight zone. And then when we noticed that the moon hadn't gone anywhere for 4 days, I'm like, okay.
Well, an interesting thing about this month, if you Google like how long is it between full moons, you'll get an answer like 27 point whatever or 28 point something. It's not an even number, but it's less than 30. I know that for sure. And we just had a full moon on the 1st of August and then again on the 31st of August. So that's more than 20 something. And apparently this only happens like once every 13 years. But I don't understand how, like, is it the point whatever that's making that happen? Like, the math for me is like that's really confusing. And then you just said the moon didn't move. And I'm like, well, that explains it. If the moon stops, then yeah, we can have 2 full moons in a month. That's the only way I can think of it happening even. It has to stop.
I felt like I entered the twilight zone and I was witnessing some sort of repositioning or reset thing where everything had just stopped. And I didn't analyse it, I just took it for what it was. Everything was a bit like this. And I just thought, okay, we'll just walk through this, it'll be fine. It was weird. But I noticed it, but it wasn't until my husband said, why, how come, what's going on, that I noted it. Because I just would have went, yeah, all right, that was just something like all the other strange things I see. Yep, okay. But when other people start to say, hey, there's something not right here, you have to say something, right? So there's something they're not telling us.
A lot of stuff they're not telling us,
I reckon.
Well, and have you ever paid attention to the moonlight, like how it feels? Like if you've been out in a full moon late at night, it does feel a little bit cooler.
It's cold, yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's the opposite of the sun.
So let's get into what the show's about today. Oh, what have I done? Hang on. Can't do that yet. Trying to make it small for you. All right. So I'm going to show you a couple of these, and I need to go to Laura. But yeah, the Mayan, I don't know what to call them, tablets, stone etchings, bullshit, truth. No, actually, these things I'm going to show you, when I got home, I had a better look at them. And I went looking other places. There's too many of them to be not real, kind of. I think some of the people I've showed them to go, yeah, I can understand they're real. Other people go, no, they're not real. Someone made them. Other people just flipped out and walked out the room. So remember that warning? If you, especially some of our viewers here, if you can't handle what you're seeing, it's okay. Come back at the end of the show or just listen. Don't watch. Whatever, you know, I don't blame you, because they are, some of them are hard to swallow, and it's probably easier to say they're not real than it is to say they are real, and that's, oh shit, it's the part of the truth. And it's okay, the world's not going to end.
You know, as our friend used to say, I provide, you decide.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, thank you for that. Before we go on, I have a little saying for all our friends and relatives and loved ones that have passed over. Love to all those that have passed over, and prayers for all of us that are left behind. So I say that because we lost somebody while we were away, and yeah, we'll just leave it at that. And I'll say it again, love to all those that have passed over, and prayers for all of us that are left behind. So, all right, let's get into this weird shit. Because it's weird shit. Hang on. I've got to do... Can I do that? Oh, yes, I did it. Look at that. All right, this is the first picture. And I don't know how to make it big without me not being able to see the screen. So I'll just make it. Oh, that's not helping, is it? No. Oh, man. Excuse me for my technological fumbling right now. Yeah, I can do this.
Starting to think I should have had you guys chat more so I could grab coffee, but I'll grab some when we're done.
All right. Hang on. All right. I can do this. Oh, that's better. How did it come? It didn't work last time. Anyway, all right. So I'll show you this one first. They're the little, the others, the little ones. I don't know if anyone recognises them. Those ones have passed away, and that's not their colour. They're passed over, and that obviously. As you can see in the middle picture here, can you see my thing? Oh, you can. In the middle picture here, this is our Egyptian picture. Everyone's probably seen this Egyptian picture before. And the little beings that are in the lap of these two, that's these beings here. They found these beings in the desert, and over here they did an x-ray of the little being, and they found eggs in the stomach, and they had eggs like a reptile, and that the chest piece there, I hope you can see it. Maybe this will help. Oh, that helps. Yep. Okay, but now you can't see that. All right, the chest piece there. Oh, damn, what's going on? That's better. Hang on a minute, I'll just adjust this. There we go. Yeah, the chest bit here is actually a weapon, and in their hand, there's some pictures that I'll show you. I think I've got them on that page. In their hand, they have a little microchip that activates the weapon, and a blue ray comes out of their chest. And if anyone's done any research on weaponry of the others, you'll know a guy named Schneider. What's his name? Oh, Philip Schneider. I don't know. He was
Phil Schneider.
Phil Schneider. Yeah, he got hit by one of these weapons, and it blew his fingers off and his parts of his body. So yeah, blue weapon. So they actually found one of these dudes with it's inbuilt in them, and they got eggs in their belly. So we'll look at that. And there's another picture of this Egyptian picture, but it's Mayan. And when you see it, it looks the same, but it looks different. You're going to see a lot of pictures that look the same, but the beings in them are different, and it poses a big question. Please don't have conflict. If you want to think they're just bullshit, do that instead of being conflicted. Hey, that's what I say. All right, so we're going to have a look at the next one, which you can hardly see. God damn. How can I make it bigger? No, that's not helping. All right, we'll move along the one you can see. You need a magnifying glass to see that one. This is the one that'll conflict a little. Can everyone see that there?
Interesting.
So from looking at these, those little curly things out of their mouth, that's them singing or talking, right? And if you observe this fella, he looks like he's part human and part other. This guy looks the same. These two don't look human at all. And up here we have a part human, part other up here. So make of it what you want. I'm just pointing out the things in the picture. And you can't get close enough, but there's a face up here. They look like human faces, but they're not. I wish they could make these bigger. How do I make these bigger? That didn't help at all, did it? No. All right. So here, it's hard for me. I'm going to get my magnifying glass out. Am I getting old or what? Everyone's quiet. Is there no one going to comment on me? I feel weird.
No, I'm looking at these and the symbolism. It's not just the others or hybrids or the Anunnaki connection, but there's always lately it seems that there's serpent symbolism, and I see it on the top and bottom of this tablet.
Yep. And it's a different, you're going to see different species as well. And you're going to see some of the mer people. I'm giving it away, but yeah, just that's what I mean. It's a bit of a shock when you first see them, because it's something no one's really seen something like this before. It's actually like truth right in your face, I reckon.
And there's a clear UFO right there where your cursor was, like right below that.
Yeah, that, and then I'm looking like right underneath it. I'm just wondering if that's some kind of other craft.
Yeah.
Looks like a landing pad.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like a landing platform. And you'll see in other pictures where they're making the landing.
Well, there were landing places back written in the ancient text. I mean, some of those pyramids were built.
And it has the same symbols coming out of that guy's mouth that you said was like singing, but see, I don't think it's necessarily singing.
He looks like he's yelling there.
No, I think they're smoking DMT, and that's why they're seeing all this shit.
I don't know, because look at the guy down here. He's got a straw in his mouth and he's sucking something up.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
It looks like something out of the Opium Wars.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. He's drinking. I actually know what they're doing, right? I know what they're doing, but I'm going to explore this with you, and I just want you to tell me what you think it is. And like I said, yeah, look, the fellas in the chat room, they know what it is. All right, so here this guy's drinking something. This guy's eating, offering food. That looks like a baby. I don't know. This guy looks like he's yelling. This symbol here, you'll see this a lot, this symbol. Keep an eye out for it. Here's our lizard person. There's another symbol similar, and our ship. And see the guy with the spear? They're the ones in charge.
Yeah, with the scepter. And it kind of looks like he's got something on top of his scepter too.
Yeah.
Like the whole like pine cone and everything on top of the scepter goes back to antiquity.
There's a crocodile there, brother. Donnie, see the crocodile?
Yeah.
They're kind of afraid of crocodiles. There's another person there. I love pictures that have pictures in them like this. Look, there's another person there. All right. You can spend all day checking them out. All right. So here's your typical. A lot of people probably have seen stuff like this, the mask type ones. But when you actually check out what's in the mask, we've got a non-human being here with a staff, another non-human being here with a staff. They're the same species. Then we've got a ship, and we've got two of the same species again on either side. As we come down here, we've got now pay attention to the way this guy at the chin's laying. He's laying on his back with his knees up, and except for his arms, it's the body position. That pay attention to it. You'll see it a few times. We've got an eagle here, I'm not sure what that is. Is that a panther or something? There's an eagle there.
It's probably a lion. You typically, I've come across the lion and bull, eagle and snake. Because the snake and eagle are almost on the polarity scale. They're almost opposites, but yet they're always depicted together.
So to me, that eagle that you pointed out and the guy below the mouth on the chin, those look like two different styles of carving, almost as if those were carved on the thing afterwards, because the rest of it doesn't look anything like that. The way it's carved, it's so much more detailed, so much more relief, and then you have this guy who tried to carve an eagle on his cheek, and then something else on his chin, like someone else came along afterwards, is what I'm saying. It doesn't look like part of the same carving to me.
No, it looks like it's tattooed on his face.
Also, I can say this about the eyes. If you want to make something look crazy, when you draw human eyes, you always, like if you look at anybody just looking at you, the top third of the iris is covered by your top eyelid. So that's one of the things that you notice about crazy people is you can see their whole iris because their eyes are open too wide.
Yeah, there are people that I should do a show on that. There's different kind of eyes. There's some people that the bottom shows, and there's some people that the top shows. There's some people that's both, and most people are normal people have the bottom and the top. The eyelid comes down upon it.
Most normal people have the sacred ratio. It's literally like 1/3 of your eye is covered by the top of your eyelid, and it depends on the size and shape of your eyelids and your eyes, but it's all relative to your eyeball.
So there are people that look like this, and you are to be careful of them. You don't associate with them. And if you're one of those people, I'm sorry, but you're scary looking.
Yeah, wear some shades.
Yeah, put your glasses on, mate. And I think the reason they tell us this is that's how we can identify the reptilian people.
Also, it's interesting in this photograph that the spaceship appears to be in the place where the gland, the third eye, and then right above that is the temple that leads into whatever.
Yeah.
So up here we've got a. Sorry, Donnie. Go.
Yeah, the two blokes above, they're totally different to each other. Like one's flat-chested and the other one's got a pot belly.
Up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's wearing an eagle. Now, pay attention to the eagle helmet, right? Now, in Egyptian and that, they've got the eagle heads. In movies, they show you eagle helmets. And in here, they've got the eagle helmet also. It's not it's not actually an eagle man because you can see his alien face. And this guy, he's the other one, eagle, and he's a wolf, I think. He looks like a wolf. All right. So, and just above him, we've got a non-human fighting some kind of animal up here, and that looks like a cat, man. This one here looks like a bit like a cat. I don't know what it is. But he's got a spear and he's hunted some animal with a tail. It looks like he chopped his head off. So they're hunting for meat, or I don't know, look like they chop him up. You'll get the gist as we go along because some of them are pretty gruesome, right? So here we have the lizard again on both sides, the lizard and the crocodile. And we got something etched in here. What's that there? Is that a person with 2 legs? Oh, that's another alien there, look. And then we got these little whirly things which come out of their mouths. Okay, so we'll move to the next one.
Hold on there, Steph.
Oh, go back now, eh?
Well, them curly things, they have to represent something to do with Atlantis, you know that.
Well, this is why I presented these things, because I had a pretty good look at them. so many things went bing. So while you're looking at them, don't get caught up in the yuck of them. Get caught up, look at the symbols and all that, because you'll recognise them from other places.
And these two old mates next to the face down here look like they're holding you darkies, commonly known as dudes.
Yeah. Well, these ones.
Yeah, the ones next to the face,
yeah.
Where is this?
They got
Like,
spearhead. Yeah.
Is this thing in a museum somewhere where you can go look at it?
This is a Mayan collection. I don't think they're going to let the public look at it, Polly. Because, all them conspiracy theories and stuff, they'd get scared. They might think they're real.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, maybe they're not real. That's what I'm saying. Like, a really good artist could just imagine that.
Yeah, but I looked at how many there are, and big and small and everything, which you're going to see. There's quite a few stuff, so sit back and relax, people. When I looked at the vastness of it, I thought, no way could fucking someone do all this. And why would they? We're like, fuck. Sorry.
Well, it's just a fascinating topic. I mean, like, right now there's programs online where I could type in, give me some Mayan art sculpture that's alien influenced, and that's all I have to do is type that in, and it would generate something that looked like that. I guarantee it.
But don't you know, Polly, that everything in this day and age right now is bullshit? Everything.
Right. Well, yeah. I'm here to point that out.
Well, we already know. We knew that a couple of years ago when it was coming. That's why I used to say to people, all right, everything that counted is all out. Everything's out because everything's fucking bullshit. I'll tell you what's not bullshit. When I travelled out in the middle of nowhere and there was nothing but the land, the sky, the animals, Creator, the Mother, the spirits, and us, and me, that's reality. And I sucked it up, I tell you.
Well, if you go out and cut yourself off from your normal amenities and get into nature,
that's reality.
That's what happens.
And I didn't
that's the real.
I didn't say
your job is to survive. You don't get paid. You just get to live.
So, all right. So this is a different kind. This has got colour on it. Like, for me, I would say this one's more like someone's made it, right? That looks more man-made to me than the other ones. Because it's too, I don't know.
And it looks like it might be on someone's bathroom floor or something too.
But can you see what he's doing? Can you see that the alien's got a sword and he stabbed the Mayan guy? And look at the position of the Mayan guy. And there's a spaceship underneath. Can you see that? So it's a sacrifice. And this dude's giving him a kiss here, and they look like kids. I don't know. But see here? He's killing him. That's what lizards do. All right. Oh, I don't know. This one's going to... And there it is again. This time they're killing their own. So they're sacrificing their own here. There's that symbol again. There's the spaceship.
That one's got everything in it.
It's got 3 V's on it. Yeah, this one might be bullshit. It's got the V on it. Look. Where people will recognise these things here, right? So make your own mind up there. We see these symbols. We've seen them all over the world. The wavy kind ones. They're even in Japan, them ones. And these symbols here, they're all over the world. So these symbols. Yeah, this one here, though, is the interesting one. This one. All right.
Is that Mother Mary?
Pardon, Bray?
Is that Mother of Mary it is supposed to be?
I don't know. It could be it depends where you come from, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, she's on the borderline like an E.T.
Yeah.
I agree with what Ron said, Queen of Heaven. I mean, Mother Mary, it's sun worship. But
is that a child underneath her robe?
Different pantheons.
Yeah. Is that a child underneath her robe? Or it's a representative of a child?
Oh no, hang on.
I can't tell because it looks like her hands are like pressed together.
Yeah, but underneath her hands there, that looks like a child hugging her.
Nah, it's her clothes. It's just her clothes. But I'll tell you, I've got a magnifying glass here. There is something about her that's different. Her eyes are very large and almond-shaped.
Yeah, she's borderline a VT, that one.
Yeah. And the other dude, his eyes are large, but they're sideways. They're not like ours. Hers are like ours, but almond-shaped. Okay, so there you go.
I'm amused by that little ET flying. It's like,
yeah, look.
Yeah, he just looks like he's like riding some kind of ride in some utopia or something. It just reminds me of Elon Musk's car in space. Like, I'm chilling.
I know what V stands for. Valiant.
Yeah, Valiant. Is that why he's trying and hopefully makes it? All right, this one. 2 crocodiles. Oh, this one's got, look at the dude here from the movie Alien. But this dude, as soon as I saw him, people remember the paintings in America, the stone paintings. There's one where they show you all different aliens, and one's got a long, funny head like this one. And when you see it painted in ochre, it's like, wow, what kind of creature is that? But when I saw this, I immediately went to those ancient paintings in America, the Native Americans, and the pictures of all the others. And Donnie, we need that picture that you have of all the others, and see if there's a dude with a long head like that.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying, everyone? Yeah, everything that you've learned, and identify these patterns, because they don't all look the same, right? If you look at a picture like this and it was done in ochre on a rock wall, you'd have to have them both next to each other to see if they looked like each other. And in my mind, that's what it's like.
Identify things there, yeah, possibly from New Zealand.
Yeah, and other places. And I've got a few pictures on some slides where someone's actually picked a few of those paintings and statues and gave you a being that matches it, you know. So here we have the long-headed dudes. What do we got here? So he's got a crescent moon here on the back of his chair. And feel free, everyone, to fill in the gaps of what everything means.
Sorry, Luna. Speaking of filling in the gaps, I feel like this would be an appropriate place to mention this. So far, everything you've shown has been, I think, what's called relief carving. And so, relief carving is when you carve the space around what you want to be seen.
Yes.
Instead of carving it itself. Yes. And it got me thinking, because these people are supposedly, there's one theory that they had the ability to turn stone into liquid through sound.
Yes.
And so that makes me think it's not relief carving. They're carving molds into something and pouring liquid rock into it. And that's how you get these so-called, they're not actual carvings, they're poured molds.
Yeah.
That's how they did relief carving. They're poured molds. It just occurred to me right now. If they had the ability to make, liquid stone through sound manipulation or whatever, then they could have easily just carved this thing like how normal people would carve. That all of those details that are like popping out would be sunk in. But when you fill it full of stone and then pop the mold off, you have that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because I was thinking, who sat there and did that?
It must have taken ages to carve that.
Yeah, because they're quite intricate, man. That's what I mean. I can't believe, and it's a story, right? Donnie understands this from our culture. There's stories, right? And it's from what you see and pass down, and it's everything there's a story to tell you something.
Well, I can see a story. One of our stories there is the Seven Sisters and the Orion Belt, Orion Brothers, I'm going to say.
Yep. Yeah, that's in them too.
Yeah, I can see that straight.
Yeah. because I've had longer time to look at these, so I've massed all this connection, but I want you fellas to say it. All right, so here we have this guy. This guy here is pretty important because his staff has a crescent moons with orbs in them.
I couldn't help but notice there were seven of those orbs.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And if you go past the lady, there's three more.
Yeah. They're the markers.
Are those? Do you think those are representations of actual stars in the sky?
Yeah,
there's the three sisters, I guess.
Yeah, the 7 sisters and the 3 brothers.
Yeah, and you'll notice this more in other pictures, like it's the repetition of these symbols. See this symbol here is similar to the last one, but a bit different. Another repetition. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like some sort of tail. That's a female alien. They're both female aliens. Oh, I don't like using that word. Female others, sorry. This one's a different species. Can you see that? His body's different.
So let's assume these things are telling really important stories. And, like, wouldn't you want to make more than one copy?
Well, you'll see there's the repetition. Yeah, kind of. You would, wouldn't you? But you wouldn't. Back in the old days,
I think they probably did.
It lasted forever. Some of the symbols and that and part of the stories are repeated, and they've got little bits extras added onto them in different stuff because there's a myriad of stuff. The 2 crocodiles again. They were actually scared of the crocodiles.
You know that saying, "Oh, they broke the mold when they made that one," right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Maybe it's that old, that saying.
Yeah, you never know. So we got dudes down here if they're speaking or singing again.
Or smoking DMT.
Yeah, and here he is doing it here, this one, and he's offering him something there. This one's bowing down because he looks like an important dude. This one's looks like he's making something.
That alien on the left looks like the alien from the movie Aliens a little bit.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, and
the xenomorph.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it looks like some of the ochre paintings on the rocks, the old ones. All right, so keep them symbols in mind. Look at that, like carving that would be a feat. I'm telling you. It reminds me of Maori, that one. A bit of Maori.
Yeah, I think there's one up the other corner too.
Yep. Excuse me.
I always thought those were the sun and the moon.
I don't know. It's Mayan, remember, we're looking at Mayan stuff. And this is another species here. He seems to be bowing down to these 2 other dudes, so he must be the lesser of these species. So we've got 3 species there. Let's have another look at something. Oh, sorry about that. All right, so without looking at it, what you just saw was a female and a male of 2, male human and a female other, and they were mating. That's what you're seeing.
Can you say hybrid?
Yeah, and don't ask me to go back and look at it anymore.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't see it.
All right, so this one, look, there's stuff happening here. This guy looks human. This guy ain't. This guy looks yelling. He looks human-y, and this guy isn't. Like, and he's yelling something. He looks human. They got headdresses on. He's human.
Yeah, they look like pirates.
He's human. Yeah. So these fellas are human. They got headdresses on. He looks like he's got a fish. They got different ones. Anyway, looks like a battle. And we've got this rainbow serpent here. They don't call it that. What do they call it? They call it something different. And we've got a different one here. So we've got a rainbow serpent one here and a different rainbow serpent one here, which is unusual. This guy's not human. He's got a shield and a staff, and he's yelling something, and there's a thing. This guy looks like...
Get off my lawn.
Now, see this weapon? You guys recognise this weapon, don't you? It's got the little things that go across. I should have pictures. Yeah, this is a weapon, and if you can Google the Mayan and weapons and that from that area, and you'll see one of these. and they're good weapons if you need a weapon. All right, he's got an axe. Look, a double-headed axe.
But see, that carving doesn't look like relief carving.
This is different.
That looks like it was actually carved. Yeah.
Yep, there's the symbol again. They're all different.
That looks like soapstone.
Yeah, you'll see they're all different. So, okay, so here we have a few little artifacts, a serpent, and another here. And what have we got in this one? He looks like a special guy. He's part alien, part human, I think, looking at the shape of his face.
Looks like Rasta.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention in the chat room, sorry. I should be. What's it say?
Looks like there's I see dogs. 3 hounds or 3 dogs.
Yeah, the fellas in the chat room got it. Okay. So we've got a pyramid here, the step pyramid. There's a female here. Talking to a human dude. This guy looks relatively human. Sometimes you can tell by how many fingers they have. Sometimes you can tell by their face or whatever. It looks relatively human.
You're right.
There's a dog.
I believe I can see the Palladius system.
Where'd that, bro?
You see them bright dots? There's 7 of them.
These dots?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, the decorations.
They're highlighted. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's like a, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a baby. That's a little person. That's human. That's a little human. That's a cat. Yeah, I see what you mean. The earring, this is probably a map. Yeah, it's probably a star map hidden under that. Yep, because that's what we would do. It's got a dog and a cat. I always knew cats and dogs weren't from here, you know, because they hold different things. All right, so something about a baby. It's probably the crossbreed. Who knows? You got to read the story. But that looks like they look more human. They don't look like us, but they look more human than the others. Okay. Like this guy looks really human. That one, so. That one. So, all right. Here's another mask. These masks tell a story. There are two others with spears. He's got different eyes. Hey, there's a ship right in the middle again. We've got them faces.
Where that third eye would be.
There's a woman on this side and a other on this side. And they're killing a dude in the middle. See the position again? See
that's
his
the ego.
Yeah. See how his hands are and his leg. I'm going to show you a picture that everybody knows and they all think he's in a spaceship and he isn't. He's being sacrificed. So they're sacrificing their own. There's that symbol again. There's another thing. Look, there's another species, 2 different species there. There's that symbol.
I hope you guys didn't just hear that.
Yeah, what was it? I heard it.
I don't know. My neighborhood has flavor. Let's just say that.
So does mine. All right. So this one's
also populations again. At the top there, Lerner.
Yep.
I can see the Southern Cross.
Oh yeah, look, the little white things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the bottom one is, but it is definitely a constellation.
Yeah, there's 2 there, 1 there, and two there. I get what you're saying. Lucky. See, this is why I wanted everybody here, because the more eyes you have, one brain can't. It takes time for you to absorb all these things.
Yeah, and looking at the chat, Ron's got a good question. The dots are stars, and it's a constellation ? I could see where that could be an old star chart.
Yes, yeah. That's what Donnie's saying, because that's what we would do.
If you go back a few photographs to one of those, there was actual hieroglyphs perimetering one of them, and we didn't really touch on it while we were looking at it, but it was all around the periphery of
that one.
Yeah, that one. Those symbols I've seen some of those symbols somewhere before, but I can't remember where. Especially the one with the 2 dots and the triangle on the left-hand side of it, next to the smaller baby's head on the left-hand side. It's like, right there. Like, looks like the pyramids almost.
That's the ancient symbol for coffee bean above it.
There's a pyramid. That's an arch. They're empty.
Like, I wonder if we would find more of these symbols in some of the other examples we're looking at as well.
Yeah. So pay attention. There's a flower. That's what I mean. Got to absorb it all, because there's more than just, oh my God, look, there are others. They're different eyes. All right, where were we? You're right there, Polyops. What? Sorry about that. All right, what do we got here? They're all dressed up. Looks like he's got a weapon in his hand and his staff. That looks like an Om. Looks like the Om. I know that symbol. I know that symbol very well.
Oh.
But it isn't an Om. I think Om's different. But it looks like an Om. Look at this dude here. That looks from New Zealand. All right, so he's got a weapon in his hand. We got some dude here. Don't know. He's got 5 fingers. He's got normal feet. This guy here's got oval almond eyes. He's not human. But he looks human, and he's not human. Looks like a big meeting between the 2 chiefs, non-human and human. There's some writing down here. Check it out. That's writing. What else we got? There's a symbol I recognise. I recognise them symbols. What do we got? Is that corn? That's corn, eh? Coming out of the pot there. Is that corn? Looks like corn.
It's Cornish.
It's Cornish. And then we got this dude up here with oval eyes and the almond eyes. So they're different.
It could be pine cones too.
Yeah, it could be. All right.
Pine cones are a popular symbol.
Looks like corn though. It's got little leaves up here, and then the corn there and the husk.
Looks like
I didn't see the husk.
Sorry, Donnie, what was that?
Looked like one of them things that the Anunnakis holds in their hands.
Yeah, like and the Ankh.
Yeah.
The old-fashioned battery thing.
Yeah, it's corn up. That's food. He's definitely got a weapon in his hand. He looks human. All right, next one. There's lots of them, man. Okay. So here's a little dude with what's the eyes? Look how decorated this one is. And he's male, obviously. So, what do we got here? Oh, this double. Look, he's got 2 heads, this dude. See? And he's holding a staff on each side. He's important. None of them human. Don't know what she's holding in her hand now. Can't make it out. This guy's singing or smoking. Is that a flute? That looks like a flute. You'll see one of those. There is actually one of them. You'll see one carved, a little flute. And I know you can use, as we know, hey, Polly, we can use sound to do really interesting things. All right, so we got a stone here in the middle of nowhere, Donnie.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I think some of the stones are missing, bro. Looks like they're missing.
Yeah.
Because there's only one left here, and these are empty here. There's nothing in that. You've got 2 up there. Yeah.
Not
Where were these?
Same flying saucer on the top of that one.
Yeah, these were from wherever the Mayan people are from. I don't know. I didn't do
And that same symbol with the 3, I'll call them chevrons above, they're interlacing chevrons. I wanted to call those the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
Like the mind, body, and spirit.
So, looking at these, they looked really rough kind of living because they were like cannibal. I don't know, they sacrifice people, and I don't agree with that, but they look very spiritual too.
I kind of wonder how they get, okay, I want to make a stone slab with a carving on it. Someone go and slice me a piece of stone, please.
Oh, you'll see.
Where do you put it afterwards? What do you do with it?
There's a picture where they're showing you where they're building the step pyramids, and the guy's got this little wand-like thing, and it's just cutting through the rock like butter. Donnie knows about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that same one we saw before.
Delayed reaction. I get it. Haha.
Yeah, it's the same one we saw before, but from a different angle. But it's the same pictures. Look. All right, this one's interesting. This is where I thought, hang on a minute. Like I'm like
Something right here.
What am I looking at? There's a crocodile here and a crocodile man. That's why I wanted to.
There's your serpents at the bottom.
We got a werewolf. We got a wolf here. A wolf here. This looks like a snake man or something. There's a crocodile man. There's a cat man. Is that a cat or one of them Anubis things? And he's saying stuff. There's shit. They're fighting. There's shit going on everywhere. Look.
You know what they say about Catman, right?
That's Anubis, isn't it, here? Now, right now, I want you to remember all the things I've presented on other shows, them old sketchings and stuff of the dog-headed people and all that, And me and Donnie have talked about the crocodile man and the dingo man and the lizard man. And here we are looking at a message that someone left with these things in it.
And no one's talking about the Catman.
The Catman, this dude, he's Egyptian. Look, you can tell. Look what he's wearing.
Most men don't, but Catmen do.
Yeah. I'm going to pay you that. And this guy, look at this fella here. That's really Egyptian. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are these dots here, Donnie? Look, see, we've got one here. One here. They're not everywhere, and he's got a couple around his belt. There's a cat person.
Maybe that's Orion.
Yeah, I think it is. Because the site I got these from are called the Orion Lions. Go check them out if you dare. This one was my favourite. Check it out. Look what's right smack bang in the middle of it.
I like it. Kind of the Anunnaki by that mermaid.
Yeah, we have another species. So keep a count of the species, people. So far we've got 3. Now we've got 4. So there's a story here. Definitely a story.
They're not really fussy, these Anunnaki, are they?
I don't know.
They'll mate with anything. Look
at the intricacy. Is this the calendar, the Mayan calendar?
Looks like it.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Look at the intricacy. That's the dryness in my mouth. Intricacy. All right, I'm going to leave you with that for a few moments, fellas.
Roman, get down.
Well, I quench my thirst.
I would say something, but I'm busy looking at this tablet. Again, I see the serpent. Almost every single one of these had a serpent at the bottom or around it or on the side. Well, that indicating that was a huge part of their culture. And a lot of the headdresses that I'm seeing, I wonder if that's not paying homage to the rainbow serpent Quetzalcoatl, who had that plume. Didn't he have like a plume that had a headdress like that?
I don't know, but a lot of these pictures and depictions to me are screaming psychedelics.
I can see that.
Almost like psychedelics, you would be able to read this star map a lot easier if you just were tripping balls and looking at this and not it. You're just seeing the dots. You're like, wait a minute, that's a constellation in the sky. That's why they call it that.
I'm looking at the gold flanks thinking, I know the Anunnaki like their gold.
Well, I was going to say that too. Like, I wonder how much like of the gold fell off, like through age or whatever. Just like maybe it was the whole thing was covered in gold, or maybe just certain parts, like the scepters, the stars, and yeah, because so far it just looks like all the weapons are the only thing that held on to the gold there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm seeing it in like the mermaid's tail.
Yeah. As if they had mermaids back then too. That's kind of weird to think about. I thought mermaids were like a relatively newer folklore.
No, I mean, I thought mermaids were from Atlantis.
That would make sense. I wonder if they had mermaid bathrooms.
Or like the mermaid grotto. I mean, they were mermaids and mermen.
That's what I'm saying. Did they? How do you draw?
Did they have
a sign on a door
where the Anunnaki went? It's like that bathroom sign. I have to find the image of it, but it's like men, women, and an alien, and it's like it doesn't matter what you use, just wash your hands.
I can hear that. That was funny. So here we got another symbol with the 2 dots. You'll see 2, 3, and 4 dots as we go through. There's a bit of language down here, same symbol there, so they said something the same. That's different. That is so intricate. I don't know how someone would have done that.
It's a stamp.
It looks like it.
They would have only done that once and then used it over and over again.
That's a dog. They're offering a dog. He's got a chopper in his hand. There's the other symbol. 1, 2, 3. See? That one's 2. That one's 3. And I've got to say, in our traditional paintings, I've seen these things, the dots, the way they are. Anyway, I like the gold on the tail. Look at that. I heard you say there's only gold on the weapons, and yeah, they would have been pretty when they were new. There's a
like imagine that whole thing covered in gold.
It probably was. Look at this bits of gold here and there, and stones. There's the symbol 3. There's that round one again, and they're singing. All right, what else we got? Oh, there, that's the one. This is the Egyptian one. Remember I said at the beginning? This one's different though. It's the same here. Look, it's like an Egyptian-looking person and the little beings. But in the middle, you got these 2 dudes sacrificing someone again in that same position. And you got the feathery serpents around the side. Same picture. Actually, it's a bit more detailed. Look, you can check out the face of these little beings a bit better.
I don't think it is actually a sacrifice.
Yeah, wait till you see the rest of it.
You could be right, but it doesn't look like a sacrifice. It looks like an operation.
An operation?
Yes.
Could be, Donnie. Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you fellas think in the chat room there? Is it an operation, a sacrifice, or
I don't know. I'm thinking because from my angle, it looks like that's representative of a lightning bolt. It looks like the arrow is pointing down, like it's coming down. It could be a sacrifice, but I'm thinking operation. I don't see any other kind of tools or anything right off the bat.
Well, if he's going to sacrifice it, that means he's going to take out his old fella. Well, it looks like that.
No, I know where they're going, what they haven't. I don't know. It's not something people talk about, but I know what's going on when I saw it, and I thought, oh shit.
I'm just putting my 2 cents worth in.
Yeah, I never thought of an operation, but yeah, that's what we're here for. But you can see the resemblance to the Egyptian one, right? There's a lot of Egyptian tie here. I've seen a lot of ties to many things. That's what called me in.
Yeah, there's a famous Egyptian print that has that depiction of the
beings.
Of the mom with the baby.
Yeah, this one, yeah, the little person. I think.
But in the other one, the little person that's sitting on the lap, I mean, that was small stature, and that indicated that the other one, the Anunnaki, were tall.
Someone got the washing machine going. Sounds like it. Yeah, here's another one. This is where I realised they were actually afraid of the crocodiles. Look, he's attacking him.
That's what I was trying to get at. Thank you, Ron. Ron said, notice the difference in size of its gods. Gods are bigger than people at almost always the same ratio.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. So we've got a little spaceship here.
How do you know he's trying to kill the crocodile? Maybe he's just trying to feed it.
Maybe he's trying to brush his teeth.
I don't know. He might have something stuck in his ear. Actually, that looks more like a tube. It does look like he's feeding it.
Maybe the crocodile's trying to steal his tube.
That's a tube and there's something coming out of it.
No, he needs it for the flux capacitor.
He's got a spear in his other hand. I thought he was spearing him, but you're right, Polly.
Give me back my tube.
And he's smiling. He looks like he's smiling, man. Look.
Yeah, that crocodile looks angry. It's got a red eye and everything.
And look at this dude here. Look at his eyes.
He's just thinking about the whole thing.
Yeah, and there's your step pyramid in the background. What's this dude over here doing? Is he just... Oh no, he's just standing there. Okay. What? That's made out of stone, a gemstone. Look, you see the colour?
You think that's lapis?
Yeah, no, that might be lapis there, yeah, but I don't know what this is, jade.
Or somebody's really good and intricate at carving up a bar of soap.
Yeah, it looks a bit like Irish Spring.
That was just in there. All right, this one's interesting, and I think there's 2 shots of this. I'm not sure because it's on a funny angle. This is where we've got the other species, the ones with the skeletal, funny skeleton, you know, the ribcage skeleton ones. So they're making friends here. They're obviously come together to have a yarn, and we've got the guy with the eagle. Where's my pointer thing? So we've got an eagle sitting on his hand. What's he got?
Oh my goodness. I just figured out what these are. Because I'm asking myself, why go through the trouble of making a mold so you can pour this incredible stonework and then do what with it? Well, I figured out what they did with it now. They made copies on paper. They brushed this whole thing with ink and stamp it onto a piece of paper and sell it. And that's like the like what they use to print money. They have these die things, right? And they switch one when they want to start doing a $20 bill. They change the die to a $20 bill. That's what these are.
There's no die on it.
That's what these are. And so they would paint these things with like India ink or whatever, and then just roll a piece of paper over top of it, and there you go. You can put it on your wall.
Even today, there's a form of printing that prints with plates.
Yeah,
it's not a very popular form of printing because you have to print like millions and millions and millions because of copies, because the plates are metal and they last longer.
These stone carvings look like those.
Polly.
That's why they're so intricate, especially, see, you got that stamp there in the middle of this one too. It's the same stamp. They just put it in this one.
Well, I've got pieces of newspaper mould, but they're reversed. How come that one's not reversed?
Well, maybe it is reversed.
I'll have another look.
I mean, I can't say for sure. I'm just speculating, obviously. But to me, it seems like all of these relief carving, especially the ones that look like they're poured, they're all the same depth.
Yeah, maybe well, that last one before. You have a look at it. One side there is just got humans. The other side has got creatures with animals.
They're both.
Is that the transition of
both species?
Domesticating animals. Is that the storyline there for that?
Yeah. They're not
humans. Yeah, but they're not humans. But they might be teaching how to domesticate animals.
Yeah, because they got all these animals here. Look, they got a dog and a cat. Look,
a dog, got a pig.
Yeah.
They got bacon. Our ancestors ate bacon.
Yeah, they got bacon. That's where sweet and sour pork come from, man. All right. There's the symbol again. These might look like they just arrived and then like welcome them in or something. We could be all completely wrong. Oh, here's the mer lady again.
They all seem to be the same rectangular dimension as well, like same ratio length.
This one kind of looks like got bent at the bottom or something.
Well, that's probably the little handle that you use to lift the thing off when you made the print.
They've cut it out here and they've cut it out there, see? It's like a cutout. That's his foot and his knee.
And maybe that's why there's gold on certain parts of it.
Maybe they printed it in gold, eh?
Maybe
they possibly used gold to make the print. Exactly.
The Sunday Golden Morning Herald.
Could you imagine what those prints would look like?
All right, so we got different species all over the place here. Look, they're having another meeting. There's these symbols everywhere again. Look, we've recognised them from many places. These dudes are concerning, but they seem to be always bowed down. And they must be his boss. What else have we got here? I've got to have a look. What are they doing? Oh, that guy's sick. The guy on the ground here, he looks dead or sick. It looks like they're trying to heal him. See that? He's got his hands and he's singing something over the body. And the lady's standing there next to him. There's a symbol there.
That looks like Horus to the left of that big guy in the middle. The little dude kneeling. No, right directly to the left of the big guy in the center. He's like touching the big guy in the center practically. It looks like the guy with the bird head. It looks like Horus. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Look at this guy. He's got red eyes. He's different.
Yeah, and there's that red dot in that scepter that guy's holding as well. Yeah. Just above. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's just like, that could be just like residual ink from when they were making prints from this thing.
That looks like a gem. They're raised. They're very distinct.
Some they're actually, okay.
Yeah, they look like gems and some of them are missing. You can see that. And see, this one's nearly off. Some of them are off.
They're probably robbed.
Yeah, probably. Humans, look, we're totally different than them with steel.
Yeah.
All right, here we are. What's this one? Big chief fella in the middle that's not human.
See, it's same depth though. Same depth of relief when you're looking at these carvings. They don't go any deeper. It's all the same depth.
It's a weapon. Yeah, I know what you're saying. There's a weapon. This looks like a battle thing.
Oh, that weapon's way more clear.
You see the weapon?
I've seen those before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen those.
The cheap version is a club with nails.
It's a mace. It's like a primitive mace.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone's ever played Skyrim, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, when you sit there and actually look at what you're looking at, you go, oh, I recognise that. There's too much in here that I recognise, man. Oh, I think that's it. But I do have more. So I'll just flip back through them.
See, they're all rectangles. Funny that you put a picture of a TV in there, too. It's the same dimensions as a TV. Except for the mask ones.
All right. So I've got a couple of slides. See there, that one there, that's the Egyptian. Yeah, there's the Egyptian version here.
So these are all found in Peru?
Is Mayan? Is that where the Mayans are? All right, what else have I got for you? I do have, wait a minute. Here we go.
I know Nazca's in Peru, and they do have pyramids in there.
All
Pretty
right,
sure
so
Mayans were in Peru.
Here's some more. These are actually like little artifacts and some other interesting stuff. So we'll just pause a little bit because that was a lot to absorb. All right, what have I got here?
Side there looks like he's in a spacesuit.
Yeah, he does. He's in a spacesuit. He's flying. Look at the wings.
Looks like Green Goblin.
The wings. When people say, "Oh, they got wings," I go, "No, that's an attachment that helps them to fly. It's a machine."
Did you hear about the story of the 7-foot-tall aliens in Peru a couple weeks ago? Apparently, people were describing them as looking like the Green Goblin.
Oh, this is my favorite one.
Yeah, I heard about.
This literally happened like 2 weeks ago.
I've even seen like a major mainstream news outlet propagate it.
Yeah, it really happened. Something attacked this village in Peru, and the villagers are claiming it was a 7-foot-tall aliens that could hover. They had hover boots, which sounds cool as hell. And they looked like Green Goblin.
Wow.
And that guy in the spacesuit looked exactly like Green Goblin.
Yeah,
and it's Mayan, and Mayans were in Peru.
Yeah, right. So this one's really different. Now, this is one that I thought, oh, is this one fair income or what? It looks like someone made it. And then I looked at it, and it's like it was a piece of a wall. So the wall was all decorated, and it fell off. That's what it looks like to me. And the footprints were interesting. I'm thinking...
And there's little mushrooms growing around the footprints.
Look, this dude here was talking to someone that's not human. Look, and he looks like he's in a ship.
Well, they do say that when you smoke DMT, you take a ride on a spaceship.
So here we got one here. These are different places. Like you were saying, Donnie, there's the Maori one from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And these ones are Aztec Mexican.
Basically the same, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really the same.
Hey.
That's incredible. From two completely different spots in the world.
Incoming subspace signal.
Yeah. How similar they are. Let's say flying machines. What am I doing here?
You know what, though? I would have to say that real gods don't need machines to fly. But whatever. That's fine. If you need machines, I'll still bow down. Don't worry.
So this one there is different to the others that we saw. Like, if you ask me, I'd say that one wasn't real. Because it's too, I don't know.
I think that one was taken from the kids' room, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe there's some early sketches when they were practicing. So then I found this. This is an actual carving. Look at this dude, eh? And then there's this one. We've got the This is what I want to show you. Look, he's got an egg in his hand. Remember I showed you in the beginning them little beans had eggs inside? That's him. He's got an egg in his hand. We've got Crocodile Man here. There's a long-headed dude here from the other species.
What was the Egyptian god who had the crocodile head?
I don't know his name.
Is that carved on a shell or something? What is it carved on?
It looks like a shell, or I thought it'd either be a shell or a skull. I'm not sure. Could be a skull. I'm not sure what it is.
Like
But
a big piece of bone.
he's got a big long head here. Look. This is an Egyptian-looking guy. He's dropping. I can't figure this out. He looks like he's dropping out of the sky, out of something. Yeah, the egg in the hand is what caught me. I thought, oh, right, they lay eggs. Okay.
Almost looks like a pine cone too.
Yeah, it could be. There's another carving. See how old it is? That's not new, man. That's old. There's the eyes again. This one looks like he's dancing.
And yeah, that little spiral thing's coming out of his mouth.
Yeah,
he looks like he's drooling.
Oh, see the 3 dots in his hand? There's 3 dots. See that?
Oh yeah.
3 dots in his hand. He's got dots around his eyes. You know, I haven't painted up you haven't seen me traditional painting on my face painting, but we put dots around our eyes. Not quite like that, but we got dots around our eyes, eh, Donnie?
Yeah.
That's a bit, you know, look at his, what's he got in his suit? He's got dots and circles on his suit. Dots around his eyes are painted. And, oh, look at that. If you have a look on his arm where he's got it held out, where the wrist is, there's a speech bubble kind of thing with dots in it coming out of his wrist. So he's got some sort of thing on his wrist. And there's noise or something coming out of it, or a picture. Can you see that? So he's got a little mouth and the little curly things come down where he's talking, but out of his wrist is something with dots on it. Can you see that?
Like it's a communications device, maybe?
Yeah, like a comm device.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. I'm so captivated and caught up.
It's an Apple Watch.
We have a very special guest.
Hello.
Hey, how you going?
How are you?
I'm good. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long.
No, I just showed up.
Oh, good. I was glad I just noticed.
I love what
Oh,
you
there we go.
It's good to see everybody. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go back to what you were doing. I'll listen.
Okay. Please comment. All right. So where were we? Okay, so he's got a communication device. He's got 3 little dots in his hand. And the dots around his eyes are similar to our traditional face painting, what we do when we get dressed up. This one I found interesting. Snake lady, lizard lady. There's a lady, man. Look at the sun, a triangle. There's symbols at the top there. That one was different, very different. Please feel free to comment, everybody. Now, this one was funny because it just looks like another. Is he trying to say he's from 2 cultures, or he's just dressing up to look different? That's him dressed up. He's half something and half the other. Right, what's he trying to tell us there? And then we got the DNA strand.
Well, that's supposed to be, what do you call them, hybrids? Them symbols on the side must be DNA.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There's the curvy symbol. There's 2 DNA strands from 2 different species by the looks of that.
And one male and one's female. That's what I could see.
Yeah. So I found that one interesting.
You know, it's interesting to see a gray. I don't know, for some reason I always think of grays being younger in it, like a younger species, although how the heck would I know? But it's interesting to see them like paired with the Egyptian. That's what it looks like, right? So you have half of a gray and half of what looks like an Egyptian, which is interesting.
Yes, there's a lot of Egyptian notations here and there. Oh, this is what I want to show you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, check it out.
Home.
And they're the rock paintings I was telling you about, like trying to refresh everyone's memory, because we've all seen them, right? Sometime in our life, all over the world, not just that species, but other species on the rock paintings. Yeah, and someone threaded it all together. Yeah, I giggled, but it's so true. Look. So when do we get to meet these fellas? And do they eat us?
The one on the bottom that says Elysium, you know, they did that movie called Elysium. Interesting that that's the title.
Yeah. And one's from Mexico.
Yeah.
Some of them draw them better than others. I can't see very well. Where is that one from? One's like a carving on the ground that you see from a distance.
Yeah. And E.T. Phone Home was Spielberg, right? So Spielberg's the one, and he did one of the first space movies, right? With what was the name of that?
Is that you, Donnie Cookin?
But E.T. was based on the Edens.
Ah.
Yeah.
Close Encounters. Did Close Encounters happen before E.T., right? First, okay, so there's Close Encounters. That was Spielberg, and then E.T.
They're trying to tell us something, eh?
Yeah, I believe that they did have E.T. and E.T. did try to phone home.
Yes, apparently.
Allegedly.
Now, what is this is this really back in the 40s, this picture with this guy?
Yeah, I don't know if it was real, but I've chucked it up there to have a look. It's supposed to be. There were actually a couple of others. I don't know if I could fit everything in, because I thought, wow, that's another show on its own. But how interesting is that?
Yeah, because seeing that, Luna, takes me back to a couple of weeks ago. Your last one of your last streams that you did with the guy that had the container of the red stuff that blew up the Coke bottle and changed the color of water.
The red.
That was in India, and the canister actually had a German emblem on it, and it even said Germany 1914 on it. That was around the time when the bad guy Hitler from World War II was going, and he was searching for those ancient artifacts, even in India. So that's how that bottle got there in India.
Yeah. So I found that interesting.
Yeah, he won't be able to call yours.
I don't think even realises. All right, so this is another thing they found back then. I don't know what it is. It's black. It's just titled Black Stone. There's writing on it that isn't English, or it's not human. And it looks like octopus tentacles. That's what it looks like. Octopus tentacles.
That's it. It's the octopus of global control.
Yeah. Yes, the octopus. Yeah.
And that's a site that they uncovered back before the war. Again, the octopus, and there's a big stone. That circle is actually like a big stone up there, big round stone. There are a few other pictures of that.
You know what that stone looks like is, and I'm sorry if I can't remember all these shows. The Stargate. Remember the TV series, and they did a movie called Stargate. and that's what the Stargate looked like. That the hole would open, and then it would open all the way, and they could walk through it to where another planet or another place.
No, you could have said to me. You just came behind me.
Sorry, I've got to mute you there, bro. Yeah, it does, because those lines look like it opens and shuts like a shutter.
Right, right.
There were more pictures on that too. Maybe I should get. That was all I've got. Maybe I'll tell you what we can do. Can I do that? Let's have a look. I'll just find them for you one moment.
Because I watched all the movies and all of the TV series because I thought it was really fascinating. And it was, to me, the only way to do space travel was you literally would open these stargates and set the coordinates, and then you just walk through, right? And then you didn't have to travel in a spaceship and all that stuff. You would just be where you needed to be, which to me is the only thing that makes sense.
Okay. First of all, hi, Nano. And good to see you again. Second of all, remember that hieroglyph that I was pointing out earlier in that one tablet with the around the edge of the aliens, the one with the triangle and the two dots at the center on each side of it? That's from Stargate. That's the last chevron that they need to figure out to open the Stargate. That's what that symbol is. It's on that thing. That's so weird. I wonder if they stole it from that or.
Good question.
Yeah.
So this is where I found it, without saying too much and getting into trouble. But see, there's other stuff.
Wow. These are cool pictures. I don't think I've ever seen these before. I have seen the one on the bottom where the gray is shaking that guy's hand.
Yeah, that was a popular one.
Yes.
That has been photoshopped, and there was an image in the 90s that was similar to that on one of those, The Sun or National Enquirer or World Weekly News, where Clinton was on the cover and he was shaking the alien's hand.
What you got there, my brother?
You have me muted.
Oh yeah, are you still muted?
Yeah, you're muted. It's the thing with the guys that look like they're in the snow. That reminds me of the Nazi bell that Joseph P. Farrell talks about all the time. The Nazi bell.
Yes, and the Nazi bell. That ties into that red Mercury as well, Luna.
Yeah, right. Yep. Let's go into one of these and see what happens. Hang on. Let's oh, look. That's a guy with a pointy head. See the pointy head at the top?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, the cone heads from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's it. He's got a cone head.
Wait a minute. The Nazi bell wasn't a sophisticated alarm clock?
And before you go too fast, okay, remember the one, the Star Trek, the Star Wars thing that they made fun of? See the hat? Rick Moranis wore that, and he was Darth Vader. Do you remember
Dark helmet.
Yes. That's what that looks like. Oh my
God. It totally does.
It does.
I can't remember the name of that. I mean, Bill Pullman was in it, and Rick Moranis.
Spaceballs.
That's it. Spaceballs. That's the hat he had on. Oh my God.
Dot Matrix, the robot.
What are they trying to tell us?
Is that where they're getting all this stuff? Oh my God. Look at that thing. Oh my God.
That's Star Wars.
When you guys heard about it, what was the country that the aliens showed up the last couple of months?
Peru.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that.
Peru. Is that who's with whoever the Catholic guy is?
I don't know.
It looks like a very underfed Yoda.
Malnutrition.
A tall underfed Yoda.
The Force is not strong with this one.
No, I think it is not. And here again is the Rick Moranis Darth Vader helmet.
Yep.
Oh my God! Look at that! Oh man, look at this.
Do you know? Okay, that movie is where Tesla got its ludicrous mode from.
And look at
because they had warp speed, they had ridiculous speed, and then they had ludicrous speed.
Yeah. And that spiral in the sky reminds me of the one that was in, was it Switzerland or
wasn't it Norway or somewhere over there?
Norway? Yeah.
Sweden.
And Obama was there, and he was going to get the World Peace Prize or something. It was more of a spiral, but it looks like that.
I've seen that in some old sketchings, the spiral in the sky. See, there's a doorway there, like they made it. See the door here? Sorry.
And then the one in the middle, the really tall space thing that looks like he has a great big bowl on his head. He reminds me of Childhood's End. Do you remember they did that movie of Childhood's End? And he looks like the Childhood's End one.
Yeah. That's what's his name, Admiral Byrd, gone to.
Oh, Antarctica.
Look at the things he found.
Doesn't that look like everybody from Star Wars though? You've got R2-D2. You've got the Wookiee. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, you're right there.
It looks like the crew.
Yeah.
R2-D2.
Maybe that's where they got the idea for the.
And that's also the second spaceship I've seen with a face on one side of it. It's a round cone.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Why would they put a face on it? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Well, that means you're always gonna fly that direction. What if you're watching it go away? You don't know who it is.
Right.
Oh, they were interesting. I was going to surprise you with those ones.
Now, are we guessing that some of this isn't real?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Even some of these, like back then. But look at this one. That one there, there's a guy coming out of the portal.
Yes.
Stone statue.
And it's round, right? Just like Stargate.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these are BS.
God. And there's bad guys with that I've seen those in Star Wars too, where they got all that funky stuff in their face.
Oh yeah, that one was like a giant tick.
Yeah. Yes.
Ticks are popular in the news right now.
Are they in your area of the
Well,
planet?
I mean, not necessarily in my area. I mean, I don't want to get Luna banned talking about current events. I'll talk to you guys later about it.
Okay. I'm going up before you go too high, Luna. Go down one little bit. Okay, stop. These guys, this right here looks like another sci-fi movie. The Aliens.
Yep.
Remember when she goes in that ship and they were big like that?
Yep. Yeah, that looks like I thought so. It looks exactly from the movie.
Yes.
It was a prop.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a prop. That's what I mean. You can tell the black and white ones, though, the German ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have found them and not told no one. They look like they were found.
Well, that giant tick, I mean, who knows what?
Well, I saw if you'll scroll it for just 1 second on the far right-hand side, that title, the Dead Sea.
Yes.
I mean, that literally is. I mean, it's happening. I don't know if it's completely dried up, but the Euphrates is.
Yeah, you're right. You are so right. And that, again, looks like a reptilian.
Yep. Well, they look like the ones in the carvings on the Mayan things we just saw.
Yeah.
They look, don't they?
Wow.
They're actually, I feel sorry for them if it's true because they're losing their home.
Wow.
Well, I mean, what's going to be emerging underneath that is something that I don't think the world's ready for.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
That's actually something that's been going on all over the place. Is rivers are really low, even in China and in other parts of the world, where like wreckage and stuff like that has basically surfaced because the water levels are so low. So there's all this like wreckage from World War II and World War I all coming up all over the place, all over the world.
Really?
Interesting one over in the corner.
Oh, there's a whole heap of them as well.
Are you talking about the Bigfoot thing?
Yeah, there's a whole heap of them, different kinds.
Now that's a Bigfoot. Holy shit.
That is a
That's
Bigfoot.
okay. Bigfoot's supposed to be what? Like either that guy's really short. That's what I would think is a Bigfoot.
Yeah,
like
that's a real Bigfoot.
That guy's like 4 stories tall.
He is, at least, if not 5.
Bigfoot.
That's Bigfoot to me. I don't.
Yeah,
you know what? 12 feet's not going to scare me.
Yeah.
You're not a Bigfoot. You're just a baby Bigfoot. The 12-foot tall one.
What if the guy who is extra short?
This is what I wanted to say.
It could be very short.
Okay, what do you say? Doesn't that look like he's got a camera? The one that you were just going to right there?
Cargo culture.
Oh, interesting, huh?
Space, but it's air travel, cargo culture.
Well, suppose I'm sorry, Johnny, go ahead.
What's the name? It's cargo culture. What makes you think it's a cargo culture, Lerner?
Because he's got a camera and there's like tubes like air breathing, and he's got a helmet like an air breathing helmet. And look at this chick. See that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like cargo culture.
Yeah, I can see that. Now I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I checked that one out. I don't know. Can't say that's real.
And that's the War of the Worlds.
That's War of the Worlds. I recognize that it's photoshopped on something else.
Well, and it's been pretty much looks like that in almost all the War of the World movies I've ever seen. Like the one with Cruise, and then the original one looked like that in the 50s, I think.
Hey, this dude's got a mobile phone.
They did it. They actually did a vinyl record of War of the Worlds. The singer from the Moody Blues, Justin Hayward, I believe his name is, did a couple of songs on it. It's actually a pretty good soundtrack. It's like a concept album, but it's a short version of the whole War of the Worlds story. And on the cover is exactly what you're saying. That same image of those weird 3-legged tripodal giant walking things.
Yeah. That decide to annihilate Earth. And then there's the aliens inside them.
Yeah.
I have to say my favorite version of any of those War of the Worlds is the first one that I saw in the 50s. I just love that one.
There it is. When you said about the portal, Nano Girl, I thought, I got one. That was the one. That was the picture I was going to take out and show you. But
wow.
Hey, look, see, there's symbols going around it.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you dial in, right? That's how you dial to the place you want to go.
Yeah, you need the phone number.
You do.
Just like the old rotary phone.
That's right. That's probably where we got it too, right?
Probably. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine? We got such a primitive piece of technology from something that like literally opened a portal to another galaxy. And we're just talking to each other on the phone. That's so funny to me.
When the phone came out, like we could actually call each other, it was a portal in some ways, right? Because before that, people couldn't do that.
I'm just saying the aliens are laughing their asses off at us right now.
I'm sure.
I mean, what was the old jingle from back in the day, the 70s, early 80s? Reach out and touch someone.
Yes.
Well, do you know? Do you know that the emergency number used to be 000, but they changed it because rotary phones took forever to dial 000.
Ah,
So they had to they changed the last two numbers to 1 because those are the shortest numbers to dial on a rotary phone.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yep. Or sorry, 999 is what it used to be for emergency, but they changed it to 911, so it'd be easier and quicker to dial.
000. Yeah.
I could just imagine. You could just imagine the situation where you're waiting for your rotary phone to reset so you can dial the next number because it's that time sensitive.
Yeah. We used to use those. It did take a while.
Our emergency number is 000.
You would like not call certain people because it just takes too long to dial the number. And what's the point? By the time you dial the number, you could just walk to their house.
Hey, check this one out on the right here. Remember we saw earlier, it was a different doorway they used and it opened up a circle. This one opened up like an octopus. And that's the doorway I showed you with the octopus hole. Remember, Nana Girl, you said it opens up. That's that door there. And
now, again, that was used in another sci-fi TV show. This one was done in England, and that thing would show up and open a portal to dinosaurs.
Oh.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Again, I don't remember it, but that thing, that exact thing would show up, and then it would open up the portal, and the dinosaurs and the pterodactyls, they were all running loose all over the UK.
Yeah,
That looks like out of a show that was on TV. I can't think of it now, but he was the pilot, the one in the middle there.
Yep, I remember that too.
I can't think of the name of the show.
I know.
Yeah, but I remember the show. So there you go. Look at that fella in the background there. There's plenty of them. These ones, check them out. Oh, you don't want to see that. They had photoshopping back in the old days, believe it. Oh, I don't want to see that. That's sad.
Those are real giants.
Yeah, look at this infamous pirate, Calico Jack and his crew. Check it out. Make it of it what you will. That's sad, man. I hate shit like that, sorry. I'll get it. You want to see me fired up? Be cruel to an animal or an nature. I'll fire up straight away.
That looks like the movie.
The name of the show was Primeval. 2007 to 2000.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yes, Primeval. And it was in the UK. I loved that show. I know it was goofy, but I loved it.
Okay. I'm going to do a giant show. Don't worry. I'll collect some stuff.
Oh, my God. Look at God.
That's funny.
Okay, now see the Bigfoot with the guy with the beard? The guy isn't as short, but the girl is. And the Bigfoot's shorter. That's interesting. That looks like the same guy.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And look at the see that they dug that out of the mountain. You saw that picture where they were digging it out, and there it is.
Oh my God!
And I still haven't seen a jackalope.
Photoshop that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, so they found another one in the mountain, but not as good. Some interesting stuff.
Very interesting stuff. Especially at this time, right, with all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
I found Donnie's Christmas present. He gets a book called The Essential Guide to Bigfoot.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
I'll give you my address.
Don't do it on air.
No. Man, his dog turning up my doorstep.
See, but look at the size of the Bigfoot on that book's cover. It's way more like kind of what I was expecting when people say Bigfoot.
It depends on the terrain.
Like that's like what? He's like 12 feet maybe at the most. Okay, that's a medium foot.
Yeah, it depends on where. If they got enough terrain to hide, they'll be big.
Now that one looks like King Kong from that movie.
Right.
King Kong.
Yep, it does. There's some more. Look.
There it is. There's that picture I was talking about. The Clinton
one?
The alien.
Oh, with Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I
Notice there's
haven't seen that picture in 30 some odd years. Thank you,
Oh,
Luna.
come on.
a
You'd think they would give the alien some clothes.
Yay.
It's such a good photo op. Why wouldn't they?
Good.
Here, just wear this piece of fur then or something.
Yeah, because don't they have, they even have purses, or is that not the aliens? That's the some of the drawings of the Egyptians and stuff, they actually look like they have purses, so they gotta have clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. These two look like they're related.
Tartare, yeah.
Look at them one in the middle.
Cars.
Mothman. Oh, look at that fellow.
Mothman, yeah.
Alrighty then. I've got a couple of things to show you, like lightning hitting the mountain. There's a fairy in a rock. I think this never ends. There's that another one again. So very interesting.
Yeah, they are. This is, oh my gosh, look at that werewolf.
Yeah, interesting pictures.
Very interesting, absolutely. What's interesting is how the pictures are being used over and over again, even in sci-fi movies.
Yeah, right. Too much out there. That's supposed to be them in real life.
Yeah, things. Right. Now, are those the fairies? Are those things right there?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, haven't we always heard that there were tree, like what you call forest sprites or little things like that? People have seen them, right?
Yeah, we even got little people fairies, yeah. When the trees were big, they had lots of places to live.
When I went to Maui, I really had a strong feeling of like little fairies or little spiritual beings, like more than any place I'd ever been. Like I can't explain it. They were all over the foliage. They were all everywhere you go. That you knew they were there. It was really interesting. So you kind of wonder if you had I didn't have my third eye. Like I didn't know I could see things. I mean, now I would probably try to look and see if I could see. Well, now I don't know with all the trauma going on in Maui, but
yeah,
I think the thing that has really hit me about the whole Maui thing is my experience of having been on Maui, of those very strong little spiritual sprites or whatever you call them. They're there, and I'm sure they are not amused.
And they're not just limited to Maui. I felt those things years ago when I used to live on Oahu.
Yes, yeah. I didn't feel them as much in Oahu, but then I wasn't like, well, I was in 4th grade in Oahu, so I probably would have missed it. But
I was like 6.
Okay, I didn't, for some reason I didn't connect at that point, but I did as an adult. I went to Maui on a vacation, and I was like, I was shocked. Like they were everywhere.
Okay, I got. Oh damn! Hang on, I got something really interesting here.
Okay. I like the log. That's nice.
Please, ma'am, can we have some more?
Oh, wow. Oh, how cool.
Take the easy there. Check it out, eh?
Oh my gosh.
Never seen nothing like that before.
How did people do that? They just bent the pages and painted it, I guess. Wow.
I did not know that.
Is that something they did with all the books?
Yeah, the old books. That's why they burned them. They had too much information on them.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
They were too beautiful. And if we could make beautiful things like that, why aren't we doing it now? Like they're ripping us off the beauty of this place.
That's really a very good question. Like it seemed like a lot of the things we did in the past seemed to have more value. I agree. It wasn't the throwaway culture we have. That's beautiful. Because you kept books. Like if you bought certain books, you kept, right?
Yep.
Like the Bible, first editions, or if you had a special book like this, you would keep that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'd pass it on. It'd be that beautiful.
Yeah, something like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's amazing.
Got 2 more things for you.
It's beautiful.
Again, Luna, you bring me stuff that sinks right in with what I'm working on.
That's so cool.
Oh, what did I do with that one? All right, I got this one, but I had one. Lightning. Where is it? Lightning coming out of the mountain. What's this one? Oh, all right. Sorry. Okay.
I like that. Beautiful.
Okay. So I've got another one. Whether you believe what he says is up to you, but it's from someone else far away from all of us. Let's have a listen.
لماذا جعلوا الأرض كروية؟
You have to read it.
احنا راح نتكلم في حدود معينة، هو حدود العلم. أن الأرض كروية، في الكرة معروفة حدودها ومعروفة قاراتها وخاص محدودة. لكن عندما نقول أن الأرض عظيمة ممتدة وحدودنا التي علمنا هي هذه القارات، لكن هل هناك غيرنا؟ نعم، هناك غيرنا في هذه الأرض. الذي يسمونه القطب الجنوبي لا يوجد شيء اسمه القطب الجنوبي، بل هو جوانب الأرض. ما بعد الجليد توجد بوابة عظيمة جدا الدول العظمى عليها، والبوابة تطل على أرض أخرى هي حضارات أخرى منها يأجوج ومأجوج. وللعلم البترول اللي هو النفط الخام الكرود أويل اللي موجود في أراضينا هو أنهار عندهم، هو بالنسبة لهم أنهار تجري فيدخل في تحت الأرض وفي باطن الأرض حتى يصل إلى أراضينا. ليس البترول هي بقايا حيوانات أو عظام أو ديناصورات من الخرافات اللي الناس نصدقتها، ولا بقايا نباتات قديمة جدا. لا، البترول أنهار في أرضهم تجري حتى تدخل في باطن الأرض إلى أرضنا. واضح؟
Oh, I like that. Wow. That is very cool.
Rain.
I wonder if those living lands of Thoth could be Atlantis.
You never know, eh? So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that.
I did. I was thinking the same thing, Jules.
So,
great minds think alike.
Okay, so now we're just going to sit back and have a yarn about whatever, what we looked at, because I'm going to make a cup of tea. Yeah, so I found all that stuff. I found that before I went away, and that's why I left it till we came here today. So, yeah, I hope you found that interesting, everyone.
Yeah, it was.
Very interesting. That was very, and again, I love the fact that we see so many of those symbols even in funny sci-fi movies.
Yeah. Yeah, like they're laughing at you. Because they know the truth. And you know that the guy that had the thing on his head, well, I don't know what country he was from, but they got lots of oil, right? And what he said about the oil, I thought that's why they're so powerful, because they always knew that, and they've got so much of it, and they can't tell the rest of the world, otherwise they won't make no money out of it, right?
Or the fact that we could probably put water in our cars and they would work.
Yeah.
Very true.
We don't need to have $5 gallons of gas. Ridiculous. It's $5.40 over here in California, of course.
No, girl. I went all the way to Uluru in the middle of Australia. We got there, it was $5 a litre. So it was kind of similar, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
$5 a litre, that's $20 a gallon.
Is it? Ooh.
Wow. But I think what he said, you know, when I was much younger, they used to tell us that it came from dinosaurs and all that crap, and there was a limited amount of it. And then finally the truth came out that it's not limited. It's all over the planet. It's plentiful.
That was the same doctrination I got.
Right.
Is that gasoline, petroleum came from dinosaurs and their remains and dinosaur soup essentially over the millennia.
Exactly. I'd like to think that where we are now is so many of us are like not even buying any of the junk that comes from a certain, well, certainly in the USA, a certain place on the East Coast. Like, you guys are nuts. And I mean, not to mention the fact that you watch them in their newscasts and stuff like that, and they're having episodes because they're so old. You know what I thought was interesting is somebody was talking about the generation, you know, they were talking about generations, and this generation that is aged, right, and they don't want to leave the stage, that was the quiet generation. That was the generation before the baby boomers. And I find it interesting that they're the ones that don't want to leave the stage. The Feinsteins and the McConnells, and, you know, we have a couple more like them. I think there's at least 5 of them.
Well, we have at least 5 people that should not be in. Feinstein, I don't understand why she's still there when her daughter has power of attorney over her. So if she makes a decision, does her daughter, I mean, have the ultimate say so?
Right. Well, isn't that true for everybody? Well, I want to say, Polly left already.
Holding a public office.
Correct.
You can't make your own decisions.
Well, okay, so you've got
limited decisions.
Right, Biden. God knows if he didn't have the puppet handlers, I don't know what he'd be able to do. Feinstein, this guy that keeps having episodes twice this week. There's a couple of others. I think Maxine Waters is not doing great. Nancy Pelosi isn't doing great. And they're all in their 80s.
And then we have Fetterman.
Yes, he's had a stroke and he's not doing well, and he still can't speak right, absolutely. And Mussolini refuses to replace Feinstein. I guess I've read articles where Noosa, Mr. California governor, refuses to acknowledge it because they want her there because she's the perfect puppet right now. They tell her how to vote, and she votes.
Yeah. All right then. So, hang on, I got a letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Luna, we were almost hijacking.
Yeah, I know. He's went off. See how easy it is to wander off like that. Don't wander off at night. Stay near the fire. Well, that's all I got here this week, I think.
I was going to say real quick, I would love a vote of everybody here who believes or doesn't believe. Well, actually, I think you all believe that the ones that they're here, right? You all believe they're here, right?
They've always been here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like there's some are still coming. I can't speak for everybody that's here, but in the past couple of weeks, whatever energy is coming from the sun, the cosmic weather, whatever is going on, combining that with any planets that might be retrograde, or I am experiencing a lot of the emotions of others, and I'm in my own bubble. So whatever energy is out there, it's strong. And I'm hoping that it's a strong enough energy to motivate and get people to do good and come together.
Yeah, that's the way we should be moving.
I
felt spiritually attacked this week.
You felt spiritually attacked?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that I do think there's an awakening going on. I think there's an awareness going on. I think the whole stuff that happened in Peru is very interesting. I don't know if it's real or not. I listened to some convincing people, so I don't know. I think that I've never seen anything like this, what we're all walking through.
I haven't either. And when I first saw the news of Peru, the first programming movie that popped in my mind was Signs, because in Signs, the guys, they looked like reptilians. They were like 7 feet tall. They were green, and they had that appearance.
Well, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it more. I found one more thing. You want to see things that you haven't seen before in this marvelous world? Yeah. Check it out.
Let's do it.
This is probably the craziest thing you'll see today.
Oh my gosh.
Shooting lightning. This is in Guatemala.
Oh my gosh.
Terrifying thing I've ever seen.
And watch it one more time.
Yeah.
This is probably the craziest thing you will see today. Volcano. Shooting lightning. This is in Guatemala.
Doesn't that look like
This is probably the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
Like it's a pyramid or something, and it's attracting the
Yeah.
And it sounds like a machine.
And it looks kind of like a pyramid too, right? It's kind of shaped in a triangle.
And you can't see the top because all the clouds in the covering.
Right, right.
Because there's layers of clouds. Look, see the bottom layer, and then you've got the upper layer. Yeah.
It looks like that movie Back to the Future.
Quick, set the flux capacitor for 1985.
Exactly. And then it hits the clock, and then vroom.
Well, we've been going for nearly 2.5 hours now, nearly.
Wow, time just keeps on moving.
It does, and I want to thank everyone for watching. And first, I want to thank Donnie and Polly and Jules and Nana Girl for coming. I want to thank you for hanging in this long and watching all the stuff. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. We'll just get everyone's opinion before we go, and and then we'll say goodbye. So, all right. Oh, where's my screen? Sorry, I can't see half the stuff half the time. So, all right, Polly, we'll start with you. What would you summarize of the thing I showed you today?
Polly kind of dropped out.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, so I told you can't see my screen all the time. Oh, I'm sorry. Donnie.
Maybe he'll come back.
You still with us, Donnie?
My opinion is that them tablets is going. Is that the right word for a tablet?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what to call them, bro.
Yeah, well, I reckon there's a message hidden inside of them. Not inside, but in the picture itself. And you just got to need to look for them.
Well, there were a lot of them that had a lot of similarities with the stars and everything, it kind of looks like they were constellations, star charts.
That's what, in my opinion, is getting there, Jules. It's like a star chart, constellations, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
But there is a message there. It's just got to interpret it.
I agree with
and
you.
The same symbols on each tablet. For some reason, they've been doing that. Yeah. If you probably studied them long enough, you probably figured it out. Then somebody will come along and buy you off.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I agree. You can have a better look at them when you get to my place. By the way, people, I'll be honoured by having Donnie at my house for a couple of days. In the new
and see me.
Yeah,
Going down.
Not much to see you, brother, but I hope you enjoy the visit anyway. Compared to where you live, anyway. So, Nana Girl, I don't know how much you saw of what we presented today, but what did you think?
Again, I think the thing that really jumped out at me is the fact that we're still using the same symbols that they're incorporated in all our movies.
Yeah, it's like those symbols just keep getting in there.
Yeah, and even down to the Rick Moranis Darth Vader helmet. And actually, Darth Vader had that on in Star Wars anyway.
Yeah.
So, in fact, going back to this thing in Peru, what the guy said, it was a lot like The Predator. Do you guys remember The Predator? That's the movie with Schwarzenegger where...
Yeah, I've never actually seen the Predator movies, but I've seen images.
Right. And so the alien is like a hunter. He comes to Earth to hunt, and he can disappear. You can see him shimmer a little bit, but he can go invisible. And they said that was the experience in Peru as well. And my point here is that I find it really interesting that this stuff is coming out now. I mean, I'm sure it's been going on for a while. Like all of a sudden, everybody didn't just show up. It's been here.
Have you watched it?
You know, it just conveniently, perfectly timed with all the political stuff that's going on here that it would be buried in the news cycle.
Yeah.
In some places, and then in other places, it would be a distraction for what's going on.
Well, I think the other thing, I agree with you, everything you just said. And I think that there is so much going on. You have to consciously choose what you're tracking. Like I have 4 or 5 things I consciously look for to get an update. Otherwise, everything would just whiz by my head. And there's more than 5 things going on in a day. Let's face it. But I can only track 4 or 5. That's it. I'm overwhelmed. So, but the alien thing I'm finding interesting because I think there's a reason it's all coming out now. And I think the map you showed us, Luna, of the planet Earth, where they're here, it's just out of our periphery, right? We don't see them.
Yep.
And
I wonder if that's because our vision's limited because we're trapped in this 3rd dimensional reality.
Probably.
I mean, because other creatures see far more superior than we do. We're limited with our senses.
I don't think we're limited. I think we don't know we've got it. I think we all have it. I just don't think we've been using it, or we even know we can use it. You know what I mean? Like
I shouldn't have worded it that way. Limited with our senses, only in the sense that I know specifically with sight. We can only see so much.
Yeah.
Something to do with that.
But I think that's what's changing our reality, Jules. I want to add what you just said. That is a really excellent point. because I feel like our reality is, well, I'll do the I here. I feel like my reality is changing a lot. And I keep, like, for instance, I do my job search, and I keep saying to everybody all around me, and everyone looks at me like I'm crazy, so there's no response. This job search isn't like all the rest of them. And people go, why? And I say, I don't know. Because I can't really put my finger on it, but things are not the same. But based on what you're saying, are we the natives standing at the shoreline and the ship has come there and we didn't know what a ship was, right? The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, but now we're seeing the ships. It's not just the thing bouncing on the ocean. Now we can see the ships because people are going, look at the ships. There's ships there, and we're learning about ships. And so that's changing our reality.
True. It makes perfect sense to think of the cosmos as an ocean.
Yes.
With ships.
And we're starting to see things very differently now. And so we're not going to get to stay in our cozy little, I love the fireplace. It's so perfect for tonight.
I know. It was like, that's why I'm off camera, is because I'm enjoying the cozy fire.
But we're not going to be able to stay in our cozy little fireplace necessarily because we're being awakened.
Yeah. To come out of the cave.
Yes, Donnie, yes. We've come out of the cave.
I like that terminology. We've come out of the cage.
Or the cage, the cave, yeah.
The cave. Oops.
Well, either way, we're not stuck anymore. Or we've reached a different level. Maybe I don't think we were stuck. I think we're going to the next level of awareness when I look at some of the events, I certainly am not seeing one with the same eyes I had even 2 years ago.
Same here.
So that means that, and that's why my job search is so different. And I've decided I have to do everything differently now. I have to do my life differently because it's not making any sense.
I agree.
So you've been flat too, Lena.
Yeah.
Change
Yes.
is about. Hey, here's one for my mate. Change is all about. Change is within, change is without. Be stiff, be strong, be soft, be flexible. I don't know what to say at the end of that because we don't know what's coming.
Yeah. Well, you always said, Luna, save your strength, save your fight for the last.
For the last, yep. Save the energy up for the last when you need it the most. It's the hardest part, that end just before the sun rises.
Yes.
And it's coldest, that's when you need to be the brightest and the warmest and the strongest. Yeah. It's tiring, but it's happening. I'm sure crowd will look after us. I know there's times when you've got no energy absolutely at all, and then something happens and bang, you're there, you're present, you get whatever it is you need to be done. And it's what crowd just provides that energy that you need because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So I trust in that. Saying that after a big journey and I'm half fatigued still. But the journey taught me that too. It said, remember all this. Like I was talking to Algo and Smurfer Girl yesterday on their show, and Smurfer Girl went through something similar. She had to travel, and the things you go through from the beginning of your journey to the end, when you go somewhere, it teaches you a lot about a lot of things, yourself, others, the world. For me, I got the point of reality. I went out there to find the point of reality. I found it. It was good. And I come back, I feel much better. because I had confusion. I needed somewhere to put that point down.
Yeah. Get a different perspective.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep, and just totally away from everything. Yeah, different perspective. Even though there were things there that shocked me because time's gone by and everything changed, but I still got that. I felt like we felt like we kind of had to steal it in a way because we had to go to places and stop where no one else was just to get it.
Yeah, I don't think you can't do this without feeling it, without maybe a better word is processing it, right? You have to process it through you. You have to be at the effect of it for you to react, right? It's like, okay, well, this is how I think, this is how I feel. Now I need to make some different changes, or I need to go in a new direction, or like you said, I just need to go take a walk. That'll help. It always does.
It does.
Yep.
Yeah. So, there are those pictures and that we saw tonight. There are more of them, but I thought we had our first dose was quite plenty.
I would love to know which ones were real and which ones weren't. I guess you just have to use your discernment, but they were, you kind of wonder, like, I mean, back in the older days, you could report on this and you didn't have so many people making fun of you. People were more open to it in the 50s and 40s, even though they make it sound like we weren't. We were open to it.
Has anybody experienced the AI enhanced chat tonight, or is it just me? I haven't chatted in YouTube in a while, but I'm noticing that it has predictive text. When you type something in, it'll suggest it.
Oh yeah, that's been going on for a while.
I guess I'm late to the party on that one.
Well, the thing that's to me that's scary is when you think it and then it pops up and you didn't say it out loud, you just thought it and there it is. It's like a song or something, you know, like you were thinking it. It's like, oh, what was the name of that movie? And you don't say anything out loud and like, bang. It's like,
yeah, that was. I know about that. We've been waiting for everyone to figure it out so it works together. You know about the telephone. See, what I get peeved off, we have all this computer and telephone equipment and all that. I get sad because we've actually got that inside of us.
Yes, we do.
And I want to see that being used. And as I see people grow, like you just said, Nanago, you're starting to realise that what you put out comes back really fast.
Absolutely.
You're being aware of it. Yeah, once you get used to that, you can get what you need real easily, and give what you need to others easily. They're the things we should be exercising, we should be using, and they're inbuilt inside of us. And I feel part of this technological world is to trick us into going, don't worry about the one inside you, look at the one we got outside you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So somebody said there's a new movie being made that's going to come out called Creator.
Yeah.
Really? I think I was listening to Carrie Cassidy, which I don't usually do, but she actually was saying some really interesting things all about the alien stuff.
Sometimes
it was just really interesting because she had her show on yesterday, and I just thought, wow, this is because I have not listened to her in years, right? And Sean David Morton has come back on the scene as well. And he's all about talking about the aliens. And he's got those books that he wrote, Sands of Time. And it's all about running into aliens and the adventures of this person. And then I think there's three books. It's like Sands of Time 1 and 2 and 3. But those two are really good friends. So it was just very, very interesting.
I could make a $5 bet that, because I'm not very rich, that after they introduce you to the others, then they're going to tell you that humanity as a whole, there's different species, and you're going to see them. And so you'll look at your neighbour one day and then look at them the next day and go, bah, they're different. What?
Oh, I don't have to wait till tomorrow to see that. I can look at people in a certain light or a certain angle and tell they're one of them.
There's something different about them, yeah. That's what I'm waiting for. It's like a series, and you kind of know what's coming, but you want to watch the show.
Yeah.
Someone's told you, but you still want to watch the show. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, so when does the comedy part come to this show?
I think the comedy part is us. We are the comedy.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, I've heard them laugh at us. Actually, that's what I say to people that are rude out in public, depending where I am and what I'm doing. Some people are just rude and they say stuff to you, and it's designed to get you off balance and get you rolled up. And I just laugh at them and I go, ha ha, big dollars are laughing at you, and I walk away because I know that they're really based on that in their life. And when they realise, because that's the truth, it doesn't matter how much money they have, the big dollars, the real big dollars, they're sitting back laughing at everybody, but they don't think they're laughing at them because they think they're wealthy, but they're not that wealthy, right? Yeah, and I go, haha, big dollars are laughing at you. And you should see them go really quiet. And I figured that was better than saying, you rude, ignorant person. Yeah, that's what I'm... Laughter's important if you use it right.
Yes, I agree with you. And you know, there's did you hear about that that guy that was singing that song and he's become such a sensation?
Yeah. Oliver Anthony.
His real name is Chris, but is Anthony? Isn't it Anthony something or other?
Oliver Anthony.
Yeah. What I find absolutely fascinating about this guy is I personally don't particularly care for his music, but that's not the issue. The issue is I think he's a true person. And I saw his interview with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, he's a real person.
He's very intelligent too. This guy is not just he's not a dummy. Like, not that it would matter, but you can tell listening to him, he's put a lot of thought into everything. Like, he's a deep thinker. And he talked a lot about the Bible and, you know, where he was doing his own thing and he kept running his head into the wall and his life, you know, pretty much sucked. And then he just turned his will and his life over to God and everything shifted. And I just thought it was brilliant. And I think he's such a gift to us right now. I don't know if the world knows about him, but I know he's hit the USA pretty hard.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it. Have you heard of it, Donnie? Heard of the man?
He's
No, I haven't.
got the popular song Richmond North of Richmond.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm in Richmond and he's absolutely true. And on the interview with Joe Rogan and everything.
Yeah.
I'm in the suburbs and I had no idea it was that bad until I literally went out and took a drive myself. And to see the destruction that he's talking about in that song,
I'm going to have to go check it out now. Send it to me brother there so we can have a look at what you're talking about.
And it reminds me of the story, The Grapes of Wrath. Like, during the Depression, you had the Grapes of Wrath, right? That story from Steinbeck.
Yeah.
And Steinbeck told the truth. And this young man who's 31 told the truth in his music. And I think the Grapes of Wrath were quite insightful, right? I mean, they certainly have stood the test of time. And somebody has come up with the term the silent depression. And I think this gentleman has released the energy around that whole thing, because he's talking about that. That's what his music is taxes and the depression and keeping everybody down, and they feel like everybody's running their head into a wall and nobody's getting any further. Everything has stopped. Finances, life, people are frustrated and depressed. I know it sounds like a sad song, but for many people, because you could hear the realness in his voice and his pain, and especially men, like, I think, Jules, the magic of him is men could hear him.
Not just men. I mean, people of different color and nationality.
Yes.
I didn't do a thorough deep dive on him, but there are other people that I follow that show clips, and to see the live reaction of people hearing that song and seeing people of color, seeing Asians cry over hearing the lyrics in the song, people get it.
Yeah, they do. But I think for me, it's like you were following that. I think the men, because I was having a hard time in the beginning relating to him, but then I listened to the men share like what they thought of it, like all these different guys, regardless of their background or what they are, they could share their feelings through this music, is my point. They made it okay to feel pain and share it, because guys are stoic and they're not really supposed to do that. So I'm not saying that's my thought. That's just society. And I think he went far enough in his music and his sound that he could say, he gave people permission. Maybe that's a good way to say it. He gave everyone permission to get out there and share.
Well, I'm certainly going to go and check it out. And okay, so that's all we got for you this week, everybody. Next week, hopefully, I can get my technical skills together and show you where I've been and what I've been up to in the last couple of weeks, and find more interesting stuff. And you'll notice I'm not on all the time because I want to find good stuff for you. I don't just want to put BS up there. So if I'm not on
soon, I'll be back on my own channel.
Yep, and don't forget Jules' channel, The Bitter this week. And if you don't find me here, you'll find me over there. And same as Jules, if you don't find her there, you'll find her here. So somehow when we get our technology things, we can link the shows together, but no one showed it yet. So anyways, I want to thank Nana Girl for coming. Thank you very much for showing up. That was a delight.
Thank you so much for the invite. Appreciate it.
And I'll keep posting them, but you make it when you can. There's no pressure there. Donnie, as usual, bro, thank you for coming.
No worries there, sister girl.
So
it's good to see you back again.
Yeah, and it's always I'm always lucky to have your opinion on things from your perspective. Thank you. And Jules, as always, sister girl, till we do it again.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Luna. I look forward to hanging out with you.
And everyone listening and watching, thank you. Thank you for having the patience to sit through all our stuff. Hope you like it. Stay centered, stay strong. Love to you on this day, and we'll see you next time. Yalu.
Yalu.
Yalu.